Well, this is a training video for inserting seals on the Cozzini blenders. On the pedal blender, you have a shaft that would protrude from the machine. This shaft would either be open-ended, or you can remove the bearing and you'll be able to slide the bearing housing or the seal housing with the seals inside over the shaft, or they are split so that you can actually take off the clamp, remove the clamp, and then do work on the shaft without having the access to slide a seal over. Now, if you look at the original seal, what we call the house-shaped seal, originally it's supplied in a long length. And then what you would then do is you would roll the seal up into the groove of the housing, and then you would end up eventually coming to a point that needs to meet, and you'll cut the seal. What we found over time is that you are never able to cut the two ends properly so that the seal actually makes up a proper seal again. And to prevent this, we've changed our seals, the meat packet seals, to a molded seal instead of extruded seal. So with this seal, you can basically just put it into the housing, and if you need to cut it, you can make the cut on the housing while the seal is inside. So what you end up with is a seal that fits perfectly, and if I then need to cut the seal would actually join again and close up so that you don't end up losing vacuum through that seal. This is the first change that we've made. This is a better way of doing it. It's simpler, and it prevents you from cutting a seal that does not match. This came back from a customer. It does not match. The customer went and cut it skew like that, but we supplied him with a solid seal like this. So the solid seal needs to be put into the seal housing, and you can cut it then, and then you can move. Then you'll have two sections, almost like this seal, that you can put on this over the shaft. Put a seal housing over, and if you close it up, the two joints of the seal would actually match. The second change we've made is with the actual seal that runs on the shaft. This is a seal that runs on the shaft. Again, the seal comes out in a form where if you put it in the seal housing, it actually closes up those two ends and it seals there again. We found that this rubber seal is eating into the body of the seal, into the body of the shaft, so it's causing a gap there, and it's wearing away on the shaft. So the solution we came up with does two things. We are not using a rubber seal anymore, so we're using a seal that's permanently lubricated, and we can actually get rid of that wear that's already on all the shafts. So what we are doing there is we're using a gland packing. We are supplying that gland packing in a roll shape like this. This is a PTFE square packing. All the customer needs to do is to cut it to the correct length. It goes into the same housing where the seals used to go. The seals would have gone in there originally. Now the gland packing basically goes into the same position, and you can push that over the shaft. Put the other piece of the housing over, and as you push this down with the clamp, it will close onto the shaft, and it will even make up for space or wear on the shaft where the shaft might have been damaged already. So we're getting rid of the rubber that's actually eating into the shaft, and we're putting a seal in there that would make up space. So you'll gain space, you'll be able to take up wear that's maybe on the shaft already, and you have a seal that's permanently lubricated. Okay. So what we supply in the future, you can still order the normal house-shaped seal from us with the original split seals and rubber, or you can go the new route where we supply you with a molded house-shaped seal that already fits into that cavity. You can then either remove the bearing on the gearbox or the gearbox on the side and slide the seals over, or put them in the seal housing, cut them, and then use them as loose ones or split seals, where you can just basically go over the shaft while the bearing or gearbox is still attached on the one side, and it will work there. Again, something to remember is these seals need to end up closing the gap. So that gap needs to be closed when you're done, because you don't want to have vacuum sucking through there. So if these seals were in there now, and this seal is pushing against the plate, and the shaft is rotating, you'll get a proper vacuum seal here. What you do not get is a seal between the cut sections of the two halves of the seal housing. So it's recommended that you put some silicone sealer on those two halves before you finally close them down. Then when you have them, the entire seal in the housing with the seal in front, and you're clamping it down, the silicone would actually make up any gap that would cause a vacuum leak. So this is the new way of doing the Cozzini seals on the blenders.